It was a rather low-scoring first half, as we said a couple times. McQueen leads it 9-7, and they scored with no time on the clock when the field goal from Martinez went through to take the lead for the first time this evening. As you see our halftime score, and we'll tell our simulcast radio audience, we go to our replays. Here's the first play of the ball game for Reno. Nick Norton will end up going 45 yards, and Crosby will dive and save a touchdown.
I thought Norton was a little faster than that. I really did. Because he runs, I thought at one time he ran track.
Well, he got him down where the offense was going well, and then Anthony Haschef will roll to his right and throw a balloon.
Those are basically the type of passes he's thrown all night, deep, almost like Hail Marys.
It is, but it ends up in his receiver Jeremy Fisher's hands. Then Haschef scrambling. Atanzia will come from behind and sack him on a big sack by Logan Astanzia. Back to the offensive side of McQueen. Boy, Carrillo, who got hurt and didn't play, catches that screen pass, and there wasn't anything there as Petrilla made a great defensive play. And here comes Shepard.
Yeah, Shepard does a nice job again of being able to run through a keyhole, but he didn't drop the ball. They said he got it over the line of scrimmage for a touchdown.
Then they throw for the 2-point conversion that was no good after they had a 2-point conversion good, but a penalty on the play. Had to do it again. Then Haschef lets one fly. Talking about throwing a balloon, he threw that one up for grabs. Shepard with the ball defensively.
Well, he does a nice job now. There's a convoy there, and when he comes back, he's in a position here that he should be able to pick up some yardage. But again, it's one of those things that Fisher comes back and makes a tackle.
Yeah, Fisher really had a great angle on him and cut him off. And then the play to Bogue.
Bogue does a nice job here. Now, you see, he got people out in front of him. He's got a blocking convoy there. He was in a position here to get out of bounds with 1 second left. That's what he did.
And that's Martinez who kicks the field goal and makes it a 9-7 ball game. That the blockers you were talking about were waiting for him to go downfield. Let's take a look at our halftime numbers brought to us by the Rocket Ramsey. You see both teams have equal numbers in first downs. The yards rushing, remember I said that McQueen had only 22 yards in the first quarter? They had 83 in the first half, so a total of 61 yards in the second quarter on the ground. Yards passing, 67, 150 yards. Reno, 103 yards rushing. Remember, 45 came on that first carry. They only were successful in throwing the ball for 30 yards. They're 17 yards short in terms of total numbers. There has been one turnover.
And that's been the thing that really hurt them.
It did. The penalties have been minuscule, obviously. McQueen, with the 5-yard penalty, it hurt him at the worst time. When they were trying to get that conversion, they had the penalty, the illegal procedure penalty. Otherwise, they'd had a 2-point conversion, but they probably would have let it have 8-7 instead of 9-7.
Well, it's going to be an interesting second half because, as we talked earlier, McQueen has this year has played very poorly in the first half when they've been away from home. Second half, they've come back and played harder. But Reno's in a position right now where they have to come back in and reignite that energy they showed in the first part of the ballgame because they were really energetic in that first quarter.
You think that has a lot to do with the pregame speech and getting people ginned up and come out? You've been in enough locker rooms.
Yeah, I think so, but it's something that builds during the week. There's a reason for being out here, and I think the most important thing, a pregame speech is something that gets you going to the thought that rekindles those things that were there before. And Reno's in a position at this point in time that they really, I don't think, took advantage of some of the things that were out there that they could have. And throwing the ball really was not their bag of tricks in the first half.
Well, we're at halftime. We will take a timeout. We'll be coming back to Reno High School and getting ready for the second half. Stay with us. We'll have more football. Well, welcome back to Reno High School and our game of the week as the Huskies fall to the McQueen Lancers 23-7. Bill, you were talking earlier about the fact that with the exception of one turnover, this is a pretty close game. Let me give you some numbers I think you'll find interesting. Total yards, 283 yards for McQueen, 256 for Reno. So it was a very close game statistically.
Well, you know, when you look at the statistics there, you're in a position that you really, as you pointed out, when you get back to Shepard, his long run was 12 yards, and he was banging them out.
just banging them out and making it happen and being efficient with your offense. And I think McQueen was certainly more efficient in the second half than Reno was. Well, we had some outstanding plays tonight, so why don't we go to our replay package, and we can take a look at some of the outstanding plays here in the second half of tonight's ball game. And there's Shepard going around the corner and being banged out of bounds as McQueen will get in. I mean, he didn't go out of bounds. He went in the end zone, I meant to say. Then at field level, we see Shepard go in for the 2-point conversion.
Well, you can see he's in a position. He's running towards the sideline, and all of a sudden he cuts up north and south, and he picks up that yardage. He's really an outstanding runner.
Yeah, and when he does go north and south and squares his shoulders, it's big time.
Here's a shot of Anthony Hashef now, why he is such a dangerous player, because really by the motion in the backfield, you had everybody kind of looking to see where the ball was. He just ran straight up the field.
Yeah, he was great in the second half at picking the holes, and then the block punt. You called it at the time. I couldn't see it. Odawafi blocked the punt of Nick Norton.
And you kind of wonder why that type of a punt is not blocked more often, because it's so close to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, maybe because when Haley was doing it earlier, you said it's kind of a sidewinder kick. Here's Stolo dropping the throw, throwing over the middle to Stallworth, who goes down hard.
Well, that's a play that Stallworth got into the inside there. The safety was off somewhere else, and the corner, who has outside containment, he was chasing him because he had no help on the inside.
Yeah, Fisher ran him down. I didn't think he would run Stallworth down when I saw him catch the ball, and then Martinez bangs it home for the touchdown.
Yeah, he did a nice job of jumping over a defensive lineman that had submarined.
Again, they go for the 2-pointer. Stola with a great play fake, but didn't fool Petrilla. Tanner Petrilla hangs on and brings him down.
Yeah, he does a nice job of playing his assignment there and not being faked by the fake that was really well carried out with the quarterback.
Hashef rolls out, and he'll be grabbed and pulled down by the strength of Tyler Pearson, who wouldn't let go.
Yeah, Tyler did a nice job. That time, Hashef wasn't ready for the ball. He was actually looking downfield when the ball was snapped.
Yeah, and then the other sack, Kaufman and Pearson combined for that.
Yeah, they put a lot of pressure on him tonight.
They surely did. Again, Hashef. That'll be on a 4th down. He was trying to make too much happen, fumbled it, and even though Reno recovered it, it didn't matter. They came up far short, and McQueen ran out the clock from then. So, our final score, 23-7 in favor of the Lancers. We'll be back here next Thursday night as Reno will take on Carson in a long-time heated rivalry. Carson, the number 1 team in the North. Reno's got to prepare quickly this week.
You know, for the old-timers in the area here, they would remember years and years ago that on Halloween weekend, Nevada Day, that was a big game over in Carson between Reno and Carson.
Yeah, this year it'll be here at Foster Field. So for our entire crew, thanks for joining us tonight on our GSP NIAA Game of the Week.